This is what you all been waiting for, the email and screencast training. So in this video, we'll be talking about why you should use screencast videos, how do we send an email that will be opened by the client, when you should send a screencast, and lastly, the email structure and the screencast structure. So without further ado, let's get into it. We got a lot of work to do. First thing is, why should we use a screencast? Now, essentially, you are not the only SEO agency that is emailing and contacting these businesses or entrepreneurs or whoever you're trying to contact. They get contacted on a daily basis. This may include phone calls, emails. The list may go on and on. So why should you send a screencast? Simply because nobody, I mean nobody, when I say nobody, is sending their clients or prospects screencasts because it takes too long. I'm gonna be honest. It takes long. It's kind of annoying when you make the screencast and then they may not open it. But this is why you gotta qualify your leads. You gotta see which people are going to watch the screencast. You can't just be blindly sending these screencasts out because they do take a lot of time and energy. And this is why you got to look at the other trainings, seeing how you can qualify your different types of leads. Maybe somebody that you've talked to, or maybe somebody who was referred to you. Those are the types of people that you want to send these screencasts to. You don't want to just be sending these screencasts to every person that you get information for. You want to basically qualify them. So essentially, this is why we send screencasts, because your competition ain't sending screencasts. I can tell you that for a fact. They are not sending screencasts out. They're sending phone calls, cold calls. They're sending basically these emails, these scripted emails that are boring and dull. So yeah, definitely want to go ahead and send screencasts. Now, how do we send emails that get opened? It's simple. You need to find basically try to do a lot of research on the client. So the prospect that you are talking to, or you have plans of talking to, you want to basically figure out what makes them tick. You don't have to always blindly go in, talk about the SEO portion. Go in there, talk to them, have a regular conversation. Depending on how you're talking to them, whether it be phone call, whether it be email, whether it be face to face, you don't always have to get to the nitty gritty first. You can always, get a sense of who they are, what aspirations they may have. Everybody's in business for different reasons. Some people, want to make large amounts of money, and that satisfies them. Other people are in it to, provide a service to help people with a certain aspect of their life. Some people just may want to do it just to get to a stable amount, and they just want to stay there. People do things for different reasons. So not every single type of script or every single type of screencast or every single type of way that you talk to every person is going to be the same. Everybody has something that makes them tick. So you have to cater or flip that script into something that will most likely be appetizing to them, if that makes sense. So now, how do we send emails that they will actually open? First thing is, you want to do research on them. So you find out the name of their company or whatever. Sometimes you'll get information where you can get the person's name. Do a search on them on Facebook, see what they like, see if there's anything that you can spark up in a conversation if you go up and meet with them or you do a phone call. I mean, to some of you it may sound weird, but people or your clients and prospects, they're people too. They have things that they like and things that make them tick. Let them know you're not a robot. Talk to them like they're a regular person. You don't always have to just go in for the kill with your, sell. Get to know them. I find that when you make relationships like that, the business relationship is way more healthier. They're more likely to stay with you as a client because you don't only care about their business, you care about their well-being, if that makes sense. So the first thing is you want to do your research. Second thing is you want to find things about them, find out what makes them tick, why do they do what they do, and then essentially know as you find those things out, your script or what you can tailor will be way more easier. You can find a way to, create a script that is more appetizing to them. So you want to be sure to just like in your email, start it out. Don't be a regular old, hey, how you doing? I'm offering SEO services. Nah, you don't even have to talk about the SEO service the first email. Maybe start off the email. Maybe if you've seen them on an ad, you walk by. No, talk about their ad. Maybe they're a car washing company or a car cleaning company, and in their ad they had a Lamborghini in there. Maybe go ahead, say, hey man, maybe take a picture of the ad, say, hey man, saw your ad. Man, that was a really good ad. And I saw the Lamborghini in there, man. Is that yours or did you get it rented? Either or, I thought it was a good choice of car. People like to know that what they did was, a good choice, that they like to be complimented, basically. Everybody likes to be complimented. I don't care who you are. You like compliments. You like feeling important. So let your client or prospect feel important. Send them an email like that. Basically try to get to know them first. You don't even have to talk about your services. Wait for it to go back and forth. Some of them aren't going to answer you. But most of the time, if you're not talking, like getting straight to the nitty gritty, talking about SEO services at first, then they're more likely to talk to you. I'm just going to be honest and real with you. For phone calls, this may be different, but still, same thing apply. Start the conversation off talking about, regular stuff. Then eventually talk about the SEO services. But you just got to see how the conversation is gravitating and how it's going. So the third thing we got on the list is, when do we send screencasts? So as I said, you always want to qualify your leads. So maybe you have a referral come in. These are people who, they already know about your services. They know what SEO is. It's not a blind cold call that you're calling. Then you're going to be like, hey man, you want to see the screencast? Nah. It's basically people that contact you for SEO services. So maybe you may have a website of some sort on Google. People call you. They want to find out more information. Email them back, call them back, send them over a screencast. These are people you send screencasts to. People you talk to on Facebook, or people that you've been prospecting with my different methods. Once you qualify them, they seem like they're interested. These are the people you send screencasts to. Simple and easy. I much would rather you guys actually try to have instant messaging conversations. So in terms of phone calls and instant message, in terms of Facebook messaging and stuff, I'd rather you send screencasts through those means, because I feel like you get more done in a shorter amount of time. Most of the time with emails, it's kind of back and forth. You may be talking to this person for 10 days straight, not really getting anywhere, or they may be one of those people who just answer emails every 3-4 days. Try to find the quickest way of communication with them, and then try to, get that screencast out to them. Now, I kind of think I did this backwards, but hey, doesn't matter as long as this information gets to you. So finally, we got the email structure and the screencast structure. So the email structure is, you're going to start your email out. Better yet, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go to Google. We're going to go to Gmail, and I'm going to show you how to write your email out, because I'm cool like that. So we're going to head over here. We're going to compose a message. So, okay, we got our message right here. Gonna just open that up real quick, make it big. So, boom. So, you put your message to whoever, subject, depending on where you seen them, whether it's an ad, where you saw them on a truck. Definitely try to take pictures, try to like make them see you're a real person, see that you're different from everybody else. You see a truck, take a picture of that truck so they can see that you actually took a picture of the truck. It's not just some random picture that you're taking from Google. Take a picture of the truck, let them know. So for subject, be like, hey, awesome ad. Maybe if you saw their ad on Montgomery Street, put in on Montgomery Street. You know, I'm just going with the flow. Then I know I spelled Montgomery wrong, but that doesn't really matter right now. But awesome ad on Montgomery Street. That's bound to get somebody's attention because they're gonna be like, oh, somebody saw my ad on Montgomery Street. They're more likely to open it instead of saying just SEO services or something like that. Say, hey Bob. We're gonna say, hey Bob. Saw your ad on Montgomery Street. It was awesome. Definitely liked the car you used in the ad. Always start your email off with a nice, well-tailored compliment or some way of just basically just saying something nice to the person. They're gonna appreciate that. Most of the time when I see these SEO services, they always tend to email me, hey, so we offer SEO services starting at $4,000. Are you interested? No, I'm not interested. Did you see how I'm doing? Did you see how my day is going? Did you see, I don't know, but basically they're not talking to me like a person. They're basically talking to me like I'm just a stack of money. So started off, saw your ad on Montgomery Street, and this is going to be different for whoever you email, but this is how I would start it off. Hey, I saw your ad on Montgomery Street. It's awesome. Definitely like the car you used in your ad. Maybe give them another, I'm not going to write too much. I'd rather talk, but maybe give them another compliment after that. You don't want to go too overboard with it. But after that, you're like, hey, I may have some tips or some ways that you can potentially get some more business. So definitely would be interested in explaining it to you. Maybe if we can take a couple minutes and talk about it, that'd be cool. I'm most of the time, I'm contradicting myself, but depending on like how I feel about the person, if I can like tend to read how people are going to react, most of the time, like I'll do it in the first email or the second email. But, for you guys, I would say try it like the second email. So the first email, just send a compliment, but then the second email, build off of the first email, and then you can basically talk about your SEO services or just talk about giving them tips or potentially sending them over a screencast explaining how you can help them. People are going to react better because now you're showing them a screencast explaining what you're going to be doing, and you're showing the steps that you're going to take, and they can actually see it. People understand stuff differently, but one thing I can say is when you can actually show them a physical video and explain and show that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing, they're more likely to work with you. So that's definitely how you want to start your emails off. In terms of screencasts, it's very simple. Now, you don't want to go too overboard with these. You just want to make it straight and concise unless they ask for a lot of things in the screencast, but you don't want to bore them with like a 80-minute video. Try to keep them short and concise. I would say around 2 minutes 30 seconds, 3 minutes. I can talk pretty fast, so I can fit a lot of information within 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but sometimes people tend to talk slow like this, so like videos will tend to drag on. But you definitely want to just make that video less than 3 minutes. You don't want to make it too long where you lose their attention, you lose them. You want to try to fit a lot of information in there where, you know, maybe they may not understand something, so they may have questions about a certain part of your video, so it makes it know that they were actually listening to it, instead of adding, like, making a 60-minute video with, you know, explaining every single aspect of SEO, but they only get through the first 2 minutes. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You got to think of it in terms of video marketing. People have short attention spans, and they continue to get shorter as years go on. So you're going to want to make this video pretty short and concise. Even 3 minutes is a bit long, but since this is SEO and people most of the time don't really know what it is, I would say a 2 minute and 30 second to 3 minute. I would say 4 minutes is probably my max. I wouldn't go over that, but if you can fit something under that, then you'll be awesome. So you want to make the video at least 3 minutes, and you basically want to just talk about SEO, exactly what SEO is, how Google, you know, ranks websites, talk about the map pack, and talk about, you know, organic rankings and how it helps you get traffic and how it translates to business. Because essentially people don't really care about the SEO portion. They care more about getting the business. They don't really, most of the time they're not going to really care how their citations are looking or how their organic rankings are. They're going to care more of how it translates to business and making them more money. So that's the part you want to really emphasize. So hopefully this video is helpful. I know this video is pretty lengthy, but we got a lot of meat and potatoes in there, so wanted to fit all of that in there. Hopefully this video was very helpful. Hope that I potentially helped you guys get better with prospecting, because I know that a lot of us in the group struggle with prospecting, and we are all good at different aspects of business, regardless if it's SEO. But you know, you want to do the best that you can, and sometimes you just need guidance. So hopefully this was your guidance. This was the butter to your bread that helped you. Hopefully you learned something today. Hope you have a great day. Stay tuned for more of my trainings. Bye.